At 7 foot 0 inches, number 40, Omer Ashik. A 6'6" guard from Argentina, Manu Ginobili. A 6'7" forward from San Diego State, number 2, Kawhi Leonard. A 6'2" guard from France, number 9, Tony Parker. A 6'11" forward from Wake Forest, number 21, Tim Duncan. Your head coach is Greg Popovich.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio as the Spurs take it to the hardwood here at the AT&T Center. So for the Spurs, their last game, a win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
You know, their percentage from long range that game was off the charts. It seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. Young out there with Pekovic. And it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, for Ricky Rubio, it seems there's been a little disappointment in his development as a shooter, but still room for hope and optimism. The Timberwolves were much better with him on the floor. His overall impact on the game, still undervalued, but clearly impactful.
Here's Wiggins after the made shot from Manu Ginobili.
Andrew Wiggins blessed with great athletic bloodlines. You know, his father was a former NBA player. His mom was an Olympic sprinter, so make no mistake. Great genes there.
At his size 6'8" with a 7-foot arm span, Andrew Wiggins has a chance to literally rise above his opponents.
Great bounce, tremendous bounce ability, over a 40-inch vertical jump, and he's got a quick second and third jump as well, Kevin, which sometimes is overlooked, but it makes a big difference in the game of basketball.
Scouts don't overlook that, though.
No, they're always on top of it.
They sure are.
And that was Pekovic with a nice screen, and I tell you what, as big as he is, he can really put a screen on you.
A rebound by Pekovic. So it's the Timberwolves now, coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Pekovic has got his first basket of the night. It's Parker outside, and again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
The drive by Rubio. The shot is off, so the Spurs will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they really had their number in that game. Big margin of victory for them. They got there by really including their bench. The depth became a major factor. They just wore them down.
San Antonio with the ball. 3-point lead. Here's Ashik. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Every team hopes to have a player on this list. A quick update now on the top field goal percentage shooters in the NBA. Tony Parker on top. Second is Manu Ginobili.
Well, both of these guys, Kevin, have had 2 of the highest shooting percentages this season. And even if the fans haven't noticed it, the coaches and their opponents have noticed it, that's for sure.
Pekovic, and the shot is long. What Steve just talked about regarding how much they spread their scoring around was probably the most striking thing about that big win.
And the fact that they did have such a huge lead allowed them to even use their bench a little more than normal, and that was something that served them well.
Rubio dishes to Begovic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Nikola Pekovic, a battering ram style of play, but really soft hands for a big guy. I think that combination makes him one of the most effective inside scorers in the league.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gorky Dangs checked in for Young. Brewer comes in for Wiggins. J.J. Barea checked in for Kevin Martin. And it's Williams in for Ricky Rubio. Bonner's shot good.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Williams kicks to Barea. Back to Williams. Here's the 3. Good. It's Barea who picks up the assist. Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about that for a response?
He will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3.
Here's Pekovic. Finished off the break.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 1. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Tune in Friday, December 12th. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers hit the road for a duel with the New Orleans Pelicans. It's the real deal.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they've built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lanes.
Bellinelli is out there with Bonner. Then it's Corey Joseph. Then it's Jeff Ayers, and it's Mills in at the point guard position. That's the San Antonio 5. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, as you know, Andrew Wiggins was taken as the first overall pick of a talented 2014 class, but should have no problem with the pressure. He's been hyped as the next big thing for quite some time. He said, I think playing at Kansas really prepares you for this. You're basically treated like a rock star wherever you go. I think that really translates to the NBA. Gentlemen?
Unlimited potential, Doris. Thank you very much.
You know, last year the Wolves proved they were competitive. No teams pushed them around. But in the Western Conference, being competitive isn't enough to get you to the playoffs.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Well, the Timberwolves had a losing record at 23-29 against the rest of the West. Steve, they weren't able to stay in playoff contention for too long.
Well, injuries were a part of that, but in general, this team is still missing a few pieces before they can climb that ladder out in the West.
Omer Ashe, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Here's Williams. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one. That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today, Steve.
I'll say the defense has been ineffective trying to run shooters off that three-point line.
Now here's Williams. He had 13 points in the win against Houston. Here's Hushit, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Mo Williams. Now, here's Rubio. 6 points for him. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over there.
Well, you know what, Kev? Come on, Kev. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force. Thaddeus Young, a pace-up four-man, a lot more of a driver, but trying to develop his three-point shot. In fact, last season, a career high in attempts from long range, and he made them at a pretty respectable rate.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Gorgie Dang.
Now let's see the stat sheet here on Tony Parker. What a run he's had. The past few weeks have been just tremendous for him. First in shooting percentage, second in scoring, and he's number 3 in the league at three-point field goal shooting, so he has really been on fire.
I don't think we can overlook the fact that he's the top field goal percentage shooter in the league. I mean, lights out. That's really the only way to describe him. He doesn't miss much. They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Outside for Martin.
You know, with the time left, they can trade 2 for 1 here.
If they hurry.
Here's Pellinelli, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And the offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layups. Earn it from the line.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Duncan, he's checked in for Usher. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Matt Bonner. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Tony Parker. And it's Green in for Corey Joseph. Now, here is Martin. Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this lead.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Young in the corner. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Green with the ball. Ginobili, that's for 2. And another basket for San Antonio. Here's Martin. The shot is off. And we finish one half of basketball. It's San Antonio up 9. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Pop, a solid halftime lead here. How were you able to keep their offensive firepower in check so well in that second quarter?
I thought missed a couple of shots. They missed some easy shots. So they helped us a great deal. So we were pretty fortunate that quarter.
Pop, thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Checking out the group for Flip Saunders to start the second half. Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. Wiggins is out there with Young, and it's Pekovic in at the center position.
Three-pointers and free throws, I call them threes and frees. We said it before. That's really the key to Kevin Martin's success as a high-efficiency scorer. He's got a knack for making three-point plays.
And here's Rubio, following the three-pointer by Tony Parker. Shoots from 12, and it's Martin missing. Spurs leading by 10. Here's Hasek. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Hasek's got 6 points.
And Kevin Martin possesses that deceptive pump fake and a great knack for drawing contact. In fact, he loves getting to the line, and he should. He's almost a 90% foul shooter.
Here's Parker, following the basket by Nikola Pekovic, and that one's good. Parker.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Minnesota calls timeout. And for Kevin Martin, possibly the best scoring wing in at least Timberwolves history.
Yeah, Martin has averaged over 24 points a game in this league, and we've said before, Kevin, he's ultra efficient.
Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kev. Well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. He told his guys to make sure they keep the pace fast, to get out and run each and every chance they get. He also said that their work on the offensive glass is going to be critical. He believes second chance points will go a long way toward deciding this game. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And that one's good. Parker.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Took him no time at all on that one. And it's 7 points here for Thaddeus Young.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
A sheet, and that one is hammered home.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb. Guys, here in the second half, they're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Now here's Wiggins. 6 points for him.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for the Spurs. Corey Joseph comes in for Tony Parker. Minnesota also making some changes. Brewer is checked in for Wiggins. Barea comes in for Kevin Martin. And Mo Williams subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
You know, for a long time, people would think about the Spurs as a slow-it-down team, but they've had an explosive offense the past few seasons.
Made it on the run, too. And that's now 10 points for Nikola Pekovic.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second-chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Shots good by Williams. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Leonard attacking. Rejected by Young. Here's Pekovic. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 4 assists now tonight.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Here's Leonard, and it's San Antonio with another.
Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
It certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
And Williams, here we go. And it's Pekovic missing.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been palms away ever since.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Spurs lead by 15. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Coming up next Wednesday night, December 10th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. Live from Indianapolis. Be there.
And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, today it comes from one of the men in the middle, Kevin. Let me tell you, anytime you get a big man who can pass like this, it really changes the way you can play offense, diversifies your offensive attack.
Let me ask, who is the best passing big man you played with?
Luke Longley.
Yeah, the Australian.
Yes, big redhead, good passer down on the low block.
Number 1 pick by the Minnesota Timberwolves. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Duncan is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bellinelli in at the 3 slot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And Parker, here we go. Timberwolves trail by 15. Here's Levine. Jacks up a 3. Pekovic, a follow-up jam.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
And that one's good.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
The pass to Brewer, and out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. O'Marash, he's checked in for Bellinelli. Minnesota also making some changes. Wiggins comes in for Corey Brewer. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine. And the shot is good.
Boy, they look helpless defensively.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there for Parker.
Pekovic with the screen for Martin. Looking to end his cold spell. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Parker's shot is off.
France has really produced some quality NBA players. You think about Boris Diaw, Nick Batum. Batum actually carried France in that title game against Lithuania.
You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often like he did on that swing.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on you.
The drive by Rubio. Lays it up and banks it in. And for Boris Diaw and Parker, they grew up together, and they've won a gold medal together in the U18 European Championships.
And for 13 years, they've tried to get that second gold medal. But I'll tell you, the quality of play around the world, Kevin, just continues to get tougher and tougher. And France definitely in that upper echelon. And so here we go, just rolling along to the finish line in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Spurs.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here, Clark.
I call them warm-up jump shots. I mean, 3 after 3, it paid off for them in the end.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And talk about applying pressure to an opponent. Tonight's win will move their record to 2-0 in the season series with 2 more games left to play on their year against the Timberwolves.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Parker. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything, really, to stop him. Well, when the double team's in place, it really spreads the floor offensively.
And he gets it to go.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
And Rubio kicks to Young. Can't hit from in close. The Spurs have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Ashik with the bucket.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Kicks it to Martin. High post try. Solid defense there from Ginobili.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. And the Spurs lead by 21.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
A very solid performance in a lot of areas for them.
And good on the basket. Look it.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Martin wide open. He fires. Good on the triple. Here's Leonard. Lets it fly. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Oh, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Tim, even though we're still early on in the year for the San Antonio Spurs team, with the expectations of another strong postseason run ahead of you, is this season's campaign in getting a top seed going into the playoffs as important as it's ever been?
Oh, it's huge for us. It's huge for us. We want it badly, and we're going to continue to play as hard as we can and take every game as seriously as we can, and hopefully we can end up with it.
Tim, we appreciate your time, guys. Always a pro's pro.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Tony Parker.